My name is Donald Payne, aka Thump Daddy, watching Musicians Reveal with Joe Kelley.
My next guest here on Musicians Reveal, I'm extremely excited to talk with him right now. He is an established, tremendous musician, funk, R&B, rock, Thump Daddy, his real name Donald Payne. Amazing musician. He has been a part of his own band and also has recorded, toured with the likes of Bootsy Collins, Fred Wesley, George Clinton, Junie Morrison, the Crowd Pleasers, Quasar, some classic records. And we're going to get it all into that this afternoon as we speak with Thump Daddy. Don, how you doing? Welcome to Musicians Reveal.
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Life is good. And yeah, you were gigging last night, right?
Yeah, I played last night in a nightclub I played in since, I think I played there, let me see, it had to be around 70, 78 or 79. And
Wow.
I still play there on and off. Still play today. It's an old neighborhood bar called the Cannon Bar on Long Street
Okay.
in
And what city is that?
Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, okay. So yeah, easy commute. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the secret to have a music venue like you to ask you to come back so long?
Well, what's that like is just being friends with the people you know that they used to book you there,
Okay.
and always stay close friends with them. So you always have a gig. They always allow you to come back. Don't mess up.
Don't mess up. Yeah. Don't mess up. Don't
Yeah.
don't drink on the job and just, you
Well,
know.
you can do that. You can drink all you want, but just keep a good relationship.
Right, right. Yeah. And of course you put on a great show. I've seen concerts of you that are on YouTube. We invite our audience to go to YouTube and look up Thump Daddy and you bring it. You bring the real funk and roll.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So let's get into your original start with music. How did you gravitate towards wanting to pick up an instrument, and what did you pick up?
Well, I started out when I was going to church, and I used to watch guys that played in the church, and I watched them play guitar, and I just kept watching and kept watching until it was just something I wanted to do. I felt what they was doing, and I picked it up, and eventually I learned how to play just by watching.
And which instrument did you start with?
I started out playing drums, then I went over
Okay.
and played a little guitar, and then went to bass.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's a great progression. Glad you settled on the bass.
Yeah,
So, but you
stuck
could,
with it.
how are you now with the other instruments going back? You pretty proficient still?
Yeah, I can still play them. I use them to create. I don't use them to play in a band.
Okay.
I just use them when I'm writing songs. I can, pretty much create. I know exactly what I want when I do play them. When I
Mm,
come up with different ideas.
right, right. How about early influences, musicians, and particularly on the bass? Who were you digging?
But always listen to Larry Graham a lot,
Mhm.
and I really got locked in with Stanley Clark because of the fast riffs. But when it came to the grooves, I always liked it. I really liked Bootsy Collins a lot because of the funk style, and then the way he sang and played, how he mastered that together. It just that really influenced me right there. Then I took what I saw in him. I learned how to sing and play a lot just by watching him.
Mm, okay. What was the first bass you ever bought?
The first one I bought, my parents bought it was an old bass out of a pawn shop called the Kingston, and then I
Okay.
got with a rock band and ended up getting a Fender.
Oh, okay. I see a bass right behind you. What is that? Your go-to bass?
Yeah, that's one of them. That's my white bass. I put dice on it and gave it a little touch. So that always been my trademark, the dice. See see that?
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. That's it. That's a cane, right?
That's a cane, but I made it out of a poop stick.
Wow. That's smooth. Yeah. See, you bring it the right way because you gotta be a little flashy and put your personality into the funk music, and you certainly
Yeah,
do.
well,
Yeah.
you had to do that. Have that personality. Try
Yeah.
to bring that out in you.
Right. You just can't show up with jeans and a flannel shirt and just stand in one place, right?
That just ain't gonna get it because
Right.
a lot of places I play at, they like to they when they come there, they just want to see what I'm gonna have on,
Yeah.
what I'm gonna wear. So that gets me a lot of gigs like that. My dress,
And you the hats, of course, you gotta have it, and the boots. You got all different kinds of footwear, right?
all kind.
Yeah. Where do you shop for boots like that?
Well, you could go online, or I have people in Columbus that come up with some ideas for me. It's something I create in my mind, and I take it to them, and then we just put it together to make it happen.
Yeah. You definitely make it happen. And for our, we'll have it scrolling on the bottom of the screen and also in the description. But what's the best place people can get your music, find out the dates, and also listen to the music as well? What's the website, the best site?
Well, I don't have a website yet for my music. I'm gonna wait till I get that the sound right on it before I put it out there.
Okay.
I'm looking for a better mix, so I did find somebody, and it's whenever we come together, and then they get that correct, and then
Mhm.
after that's done, I'm pleased with it, and then eventually I will put it out where
And
people.
you're right. You're they can contact you through Facebook, I'm sure, right? Keep up on
Yeah,
your the latest.
yeah.
Yeah. Now you always gotta have a nickname to be in the funk music world, I take it, and you certainly have one. How did you come up with your name?
Well, somebody gave me that name years ago. Let me see. It had to been in might have been in the '80s or something. And I always like thumping, like Larry Graham,
Right.
and all of a sudden they said Thump Daddy. So when they said that, I was playing with somebody at the time when they said that. So that name just stuck in my mind. I said, I wonder if I can use that name and use it when I put a group together. And that's I came up, started using that name. Somebody gave me the name, and I took it and ran with it.
Yeah. I mean, myself, if I was a musician, I would definitely have to change into something like yours. My name's too common, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great name and everything. And let's move on to a place in the United States and all over the world that's recognized for great funk, soul, and R&B music. The state of Ohio. Were you born in Columbus?
Yeah, born in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, that the town, the state, so many great musicians. Dayton, Cincinnati, of course, Columbus. How did you first start seeing the music scene change and get to a high level? When was that? When you started to see these bands pop up?
It was like in the '70s. I'd say maybe like around between '74, '75, '76, and especially out of Dayton, they were just booming. They were just going up down in Cincinnati, and just mostly in Ohio, right in the
Right.
area. I'm here in Columbus, so that's 60 miles from Columbus. 69 miles Dayton is, and then you got
Okay.
Cincinnati. So a lot of them were really getting big. They were blowing up.
Yeah, yeah, and if you got those records still, hold on to them because we're going to talk about a couple you were involved with. But yeah, it's just that was it put on earth to bring us all this pleasure. I'm sure the musicians get that feeling as well. So thank you. Did you have a favorite band in Ohio when you were growing up?
A favorite band?
Yeah,
I always liked it. Always liked Roger Troutman. I used to watch Roger. He used to come to Columbus a lot. They were called Roger and the Human Bodies. I used to watch them a lot. Didn't know
right.
Roger at the time. But when they come to Columbus, they will play up at the Union, up at the Ohio State University. And I used to stand there in front of him, watch him all the time. He used to play through a Leslie, and I was amazed by that. And then uh, when I used to watch him, it had to have been like maybe like around 71 or 72, but I always stayed up with him. And then I met up with him in 1975
Oh,
in
okay.
Lansing, Michigan, at a place where we used to play at the crowd pieces called Dooley's. And that's how I got next to him. Uh, Saw him there and went in the dressing room and asked him, could I play in their group? Because I knew they was going to make it at that particular time.
Mm, right.
And he really hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely we know him as a front man and the talk box, but just a guitarist too. Amazing
Yeah.
guy on the guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. He played bass too. He was good.
Yeah. He lived in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had his brothers on a few months ago, so they're keeping that Zap legacy, keeping it going.
Right.
Yeah. Um a band which you in your early stage of music, how old were you when you recorded in the band the Crowd Pleasers?
I actually didn't. Let me see. How old was I? I had to been about. I don't. I had to been about 20 because when we did an album with Junie,
Okay.
um, that's where it really started at,
Okay.
around 76. So I had to be about 19 or 20, somewhere around there.
Now, how did the Crowd Pleasers form and get in the studio to make such a great record?
Well, when we recorded with Junie, we did an album. I got matter of fact, I got his album right here. Let's see. This was the first album that we did in '76
Okay.
with Junie.
Right.
So when we got in the car wreck, the
Mhm.
album came out, and after that, the record company liked us westbound. They asked
Yeah.
us. They asked us to sign.
Uh-huh.
So that was in '76, and around '77 we did this on
Yeah.
West Crowd Pleasers album, and that's how we got the deal. It was through Junie. Junie was
Right.
already signed at Westbound, then they ended up signing us.
So I noticed you got those records protected really good with the
Yeah,
with the sleeves, right?
yeah,
Yeah. We encourage our viewers and listeners first, if you can get that record, get that record, those two records. But up on YouTube, you can just groove to them, and amazing stuff I'm hearing like from those records. Do you wish the band could have gone further with that? More
yeah. I
more
wish we
recordings?
could have. I wish
Yeah,
we could have because we really would have done something, but things didn't go right, so we ended. It came to an ending.
yeah. Junie Morrison, of course. I told Don Silva about. I was really happy when they got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He gave credit to some of the members who weren't mentioned in the speech towards the end. So, what was Junie like? What was your first meeting with Junie and working together with them all along?
He was a very down to earth person, but he was really the type of person he was. When you work with him, he want to make sure that when you do his material, he want to make sure it was very perfectionist.
Okay.
You had to do everything correct. If it wasn't, then you pretty much disqualified. And he used to get on me all the time. And
Right.
I was, by me being a younger, it was new to me. And then he would tell me, he said, "Man, you better hurry up and get this. If you don't get it, I got so and so in Dayton ready to take your place." So when he say things like that, that make me buckle down. And then I ended up got it. I got it, and I got locked into it, and he decided to keep me, and
Yeah.
then we got real close. Got real close to him.
Right. Did he let you drive any of his cars?
No, he let me ride in his Rolls Royce.
He loved his cars, right?
Yeah, he had all kind of cars. They had Cadillacs. Uh, they had a couple of Cadillacs, fancy Cadillacs, and he had a Trans Am. I remember that in the Rolls
Mm.
Royce. I think he had one motorcycle.
I remember I met Nick Ashford in Connecticut twice, and it was like 25 years apart. And the first time he had a mustard color Rolls Royce, and 25 years later, he just had an updated mustard colored Rolls Royce. He loved his roll and just going to the beach and listen to music.
Okay, I didn't see that. The one I saw was chocolate brown Rolls Royce. I remember that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I was
remember that.
talking about Nick Ashford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So those motivational tactics, I've heard other stories musicians kind of do that to, push other musicians. But do you think they're serious when they do that, or?
Yeah, they serious.
Okay. Well, you moved on to make a great record, Quasar. They only did one record, right?
Yeah, I met Glenn, and when we were signed to Westbound, the record company brought Glenn in, and they were saying that they wanted somebody else to do some writing to come up with some other ideas, and not knowing it was going to be Glenn Goins. He was already, I guess, he was already with Westbound, and he brought him in, and then when he brought him in, it seemed like me and him just clicked pretty good. And that's how I ended up with him,
Right.
and
Just, just a,
did
mm,
that one album with him, Quasar. Matter of fact, I got the album here. See, where is it at? Yeah, this album here.
yeah, yeah. That's another one. Go online or go to the record conventions and see if it's there.
Yeah,
But a lot of musicians I've had over the years have mentioned Quasar as a big influence.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's great. I was telling you when we were speaking last week about Glenn Goins' brother, Kevin Goins, was the featured singer at my friend Keith Thomas' funeral back in March. And when
Mm.
we walked in, I didn't know he was going to be there. And when he got up to the altar up there, man, what an amazing voice. Yeah. Must have been a
Oh,
great household growing up with those guys.
yeah, he can sing. He's good.
Yeah. And our friend Barbara Thomas, when we were walking out and talking with her, she said, "How about Kevin?" I mean, she was broken up. Her husband had passed and still is, but yeah, Kevin, he was there. I spoke briefly with him, so he's a cool
Mm.
guy. Yeah. Oh, one person I want to ask about in Quasar because we're buddies with him, Daryl Dixon on the horns.
Oh yeah, me and
Yeah,
Daryl pretty good friends.
yeah, him and David Watson from Chops Horns. They've been to our studio back in Connecticut. Nice guys.
Okay, yeah. Matter of fact, he did the horn arrangements on this project I got out now.
Oh,
Uh,
really? Okay.
yeah, that was the first time about a couple of years ago, and that's the
Hmm.
first time we talked since 1978. I don't know how
Wow.
he found me, but he found me online, and
Right.
he asked me what was I doing, and I told him that I was, got some songs and I need some horns. And what he did was he said, just send, your tracks to me,
Hmm.
and take a listen to them, and then I'll, put something to them. But yeah, I got chop horns on my project.
Wow. Yeah. Those guys, yeah, they're notorious. They're in demand and you know, really really nice guys as well. So
Yeah.
yeah. Whoever gets them first, we'll let them know we just talked. Yeah. Um, let's get into legends you've worked with and even toured with. What was your first introduction to Bootsy Collins?
Well, I met Bootsy. As all those years went by, I met Bootsy. Let me see what year was that. I believe it was at 19. It was in '98.
Okay.
And it was a guy from Cincinnati named Wilbur Longmire,
Okay.
and he was in Columbus, a jazz guitar player. So I was sitting in with a group in Columbus, and he heard me. He was sitting there listening to me, and they just kept watching it. So I said, I wonder why this guy keep watching me and keep looking at me. I said, dang, I wonder if I made a mistake. So I didn't make a mistake. So he came over to me. He said, "Man, I like the way you play. You
Hmm.
sound pretty good." He said, "How would you like to play some jazz?" I said, "I'm not really a jazz player." He said, "Yeah, you can play some jazz." He said, "Well, I'm gonna do this album." And he said, "I'm gonna do it in Cincinnati." He told me his name was. We exchanged numbers. He said, "I'm gonna record it at a friend of mine's house named Boot." I
Hmm.
said, "Boot? What are you talking about? You don't know Boot?" I didn't know, that's what they call Bootsy.
Right.
And at that time, so he said, "At Bootsy Collins." I said, "Man, you don't know no Bootsy Collins." So I thought he was pulling my leg.
Right.
I didn't know him, just like he really didn't know me. So,
Right.
you meet people all the time, they just tell you anything.
Yeah.
So when he gave me his number, I called him, and I got real curious now because he said he know Bootsy. So I called him up. He said, "No, I'm not ready yet." I said, "Oh, this guy jive." So the second week goes by, and next thing I know, I get a call. He said, "Come on down." So I said, "Wow, I'm gonna meet Bootsy Collins." So went down there, and when I got there, I was in Bootsy's house. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
So when I goes in the kitchen through the back, I seen his wife there. She was baking a cake, and then his brother Catfish was standing there. I walks up to him and said, "How you doing, Bootsy?" He said, "I'm not Bootsy. Bootsy downstairs." But we didn't so much alike. So I went downstairs. He said, "You can go on downstairs." He's down there. I went down there. I didn't even see him down there because he was down in the studio. I didn't see him. So when I came back up, I said, "Well, where he at?" So and I asked Catfish. He said he went through a secret passage and went upstairs. You'll never find him. Just like that. They said, "Well, later on that evening, you'll meet up with him at this party." So there, his cousin had a club, and there was he had a party there. So I had been down there maybe like uh, 8 o'clock in the morning. By the time I met Bootsy, it was about when I ran into him. It had to been about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I had been down there in
Wow.
Cincinnati that long, just waited up just to meet him.
Uh-huh.
When I did meet him, it was about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning in his nightclub. So
Yeah,
when I
what
did, we
right.
talked, we just talked.
Now was this house where you did the recording downstairs? Is that his current house? Because
Yeah, that's Bootsy's house. We recorded Wilbur Longmire's album.
oh,
He was
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we recorded in his house down in where he got it fixed up a studio in his basement.
I, I think it's called Therapy Studios or something like that.
Okay, I don't forget
Yeah.
what.
There's something on YouTube. I mean, you'd be into that because you've been in the actual house. Did you see where he was giving a tour of his studio?
Well, yeah, he didn't. He let me see his house, but I didn't get the chance to go all the way through there. It's just,
No, I
yeah.
mean online. He did. Someone interviewed him recently, and they showed the studio and everything in there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
Mhm.
how did it begin that you work with Fred Wesley? He's a friend of our show.
Okay, he brought me back the second year. I think it was in '99. He said, "I got something else for you," and I said, "Well, what am I doing?" He said, "Well, you're gonna be playing some blues." I said, "Blues?" I thought I was gonna play some funk. So, Fred Wesley, did the blues. So I recorded about 3 songs of Fred's on this one project, but I never did get a chance to hear it. I don't even know if it came out.
Oh,
But
okay,
that's been years ago. If it
right.
did, I don't know what project it's on.
Okay, but you were playing the blues with Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to see him at a club in Connecticut when we lived there, and I mean, just still a great musician, and he's still touring, doing his thing.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, with Martha Hyde, they do dates together. Yeah. Um, let me ask about your current bass gear. What do you like this for musicians, string wise, amps, and any other gadgets and things that make the Thump Daddy show go?
Well, I use my Fender jazz bass, my Goliath 410 cabinet with SWR head, and
Okay.
I get a decent tone out of it the way it sounds. Then I use a Qtron. to give me a type of funk sound on the bass, and that's pretty much it.
Ah, okay. Now, bassist and drummer, that relationship, how crucial is it in funk music?
Well, that you got to make sure that the bass and the drums are playing note for note. That's the way I see it.
Okay.
But to really give you that ultimate sound, give you that funk sound, so you got to be tight with it. You know.
Any any experiences where things weren't going right with the drummer and that and you know, you had to work it out?
Well, sometimes if they're not playing it right, may not feel the right groove. Sometimes the timing might get off or something like that. And not if you're not paying attention or drifting somewhere and
Mhm.
thinking one way, and then it's not coming together. We just not clicking. But you got to get focused and know what you're gonna do, and how you're gonna lay it down.
There's some great concerts you can see Thump Daddy on YouTube. We'll talk about some of the live shows, but who's in your current band? Who are you playing with?
Okay, guy, I have been playing with me for the longest. Is a guy named Lee Wilson on the drums. He's been
Mhm.
with me for at least a good 30 years, on and off in different projects. And then I got um, Keith Alexander on the guitar. He's played with a group here in Columbus called Gray Ship Davis. A
Okay.
friend of mine I've been known for years. And I got Kai Hennessy on the trumpet. And then when Kai's not there, I use John Hill on the trumpet.
Okay. Got to have some horn elements there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I saw something. He's been on the show before. You were at a concert playing with, or he was at your concert playing Freak Bass.
Yeah, we played together down in Charleston, West Virginia. We They put us together and did a show in a club down in Charleston, West Virginia, years ago.
Hmm.
It's called on the Boulevard. I believe that was the name of it. And then we did great together. And then
Yeah.
we ended up playing together this year with played with the Stone City Band down in Dayton at the
Ah.
Live on the Levitt.
Hmm.
No, Live on the Pavilion. That's the name of it.
Okay.
Levitt Pavilion. That's the name of
Yeah, the Stone City Band. I saw them with Rick James 3 or 4 times back in the peak days.
it. Yeah,
Yeah. Freak Bass, of course. Yeah, he's a Bootsy disciple. You know, I think Bootsy worked on his first record.
yeah.
Right. How about any of the current musicians? Who would you love to collaborate with? Anybody come to mind? That Donald Payne and current musician you like to do something with?
Well, it doesn't matter. I could work with anybody.
Hmm.
Nobody in particular.
Right. You're a equal opportunity employer. Bring the talent, right?
Bring the talent. I mean, we'll work something out
Right.
as long as we come together. I don't have
Um, right. Right. Do you do a lot of recording at your home primarily?
no, not too much.
Okay.
Just try to go in the studio and do some things.
Right. Right. Now those festivals I was talking. One of them I wanted to talk about, the Dayton Funk Festival. You recently played that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. What's that festival like? Because it looks cool. Our friends Slapback played there last year, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a festival. People come, I guess, they interested in funk music, and they just pick the ones who they think will fit, the scene.
Hmm. And you've played it more than once, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But this particular time, I had to do all originals.
Oh, they demanded that.
Yeah, that was demanded.
Okay. Right.
The songs that I did with this CD project I got out, I had to
Hmm.
play all those songs.
Okay. How? What's the secret to get the crowd who may not be familiar with the new record to get into the songs?
Well, I guess the way I did it, actually, it kind of worked for me. They got into it, even though people were saying I ain't never heard them songs before, but they
Right.
got into it. So
Right.
I guess it's what you put into it is what what you get out of it.
You win them over with your talent and performance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now about playing bass, you've played in different kinds of genres of music. Let's say you're playing in a rock band as opposed to a funk band. How do you approach a rock music song?
Well, I used to play in rock bands when I was much
Mhm.
younger, coming up in high school. I worked with a group called Prism,
Okay.
and actually, it was just no different than playing with a funk band because everything is like up tempo with a drive. So you just got to know how to just rock and roll with it.
Do you have a preference?
No, not particular.
No. How about with the Thump Daddy gear, the boots and all the sequins and stuff like that, playing in a rock band? You do the same or tone it down a bit?
No, I mean I can still wear it because all of it goes hand on hand. You can wear the same stuff in a rock
Okay.
band. Yeah, it'll work. I mean, if you think about a lot of the bands in the '70s, I mean they still wore the same type of gear
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
rock. So it fits. Most
Right.
of the stuff I got it from rock bands.
Mhm. How about as a bassist, keeping the groove, which is ultimate in funk music, taking solos like that? Do you have a preference or it's all good?
I don't have a preference. It's good. It's just all in how you know how to figure out how to fit it in and what you're doing when you take
Right.
solo. That's all. That's basically what I do now.
Hmm. What are some upcoming spots you've got on the agenda to play some concerts?
Well, I got one coming up. It's at a restaurant. What I have on the counter right now is on October the 10th at this restaurant called Fountains, downtown Columbus.
Oh,
Fountains,
okay.
yeah. Until something else come in.
Big college town, right? With that big university.
Ohio State, yeah.
Yeah. Do you follow the Buckeyes?
No, I used to work for OSU, but I don't
Oh,
follow
really?
them. Yeah,
Okay. There's like 40,000 students there, right?
I can't even count 'em, so many.
So
I used to work
said,
for graduation, and there'd be so many of them there. I can't even count them all.
wow. I mean, yeah, like I worked at a university 29 years, and it was like we had like 5,000 students at tops. I can imagine you probably don't even meet 75% of your coworkers there.
No.
Yeah. Hey, I hear Columbus, Ohio's got some good pizza restaurants. Is that true?
Yeah, there's one I always go to. It's called Slice. I believe that's the name of it. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, they got a lot of pizza places here.
Yeah, I saw some video that there was a lady, I don't know if you saw it, just opened up like a month ago. Um, she's originally from Italy, her husband, but the place is like slammed. They don't, they were saying be patient, but apparently it's great. It's great food, great pizza. I got to get you the name.
Okay.
Yeah, they did a TV story on it. Yeah, in Columbus. So, when you're working on that new record and the songs, what can our listeners and viewers expect? What kind of songs and what kind of sounds?
Okay. Matter of fact, I might have a copy of it. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Some of the songs is called "Can You Get Funky."
Okay.
Matter of fact, I got a video out on that,
Oh yeah,
and
that's where did you record that? That was cool.
I did that maybe like a couple of years ago. I did that at a friend of mine's house out of Dayton.
Hmm.
Keith Harrison had a group called Fazo. I did that in his house.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Another song called "Old School." Life ain't right when you're on the pipe. You know that song is about when people get strung out on the pipe and then their life
Right.
ends. not even right.
Hmm.
Um, Thirsting for Your Love, that's like a ballad. I had a friend of mine that played with Lakeside. He did the solo in the beginning of it.
Oh, who was that?
Um, what is his name? Steve. Steve.
Shockley.
Yeah, Steve
Okay.
Shockley.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he did. He did an excellent job on that. I like the way he did that solo. Another song called "Turn Up the Radio" and "Whatever Turns Your Funk On." Uh, Who's that funkin' on the stage?
Mm.
And still got the funk.
Wow. You gotta drop that soon.
Yeah, I know, but I want to get that mix right on it a little bit better than that because
Right. Right. I hear you.
I like the way Daryl Dixon and Chop Horns did them horns on there. So you need to bring them horns out a little bit better and get that sound right, and then I think I'll have something.
Did they? Is it just on one song, or they did a few songs?
No, they did on everything.
Oh,
They did.
wow.
Yeah, they did the whole project. This is it right here. They did
Oh,
all of them.
okay.
But he told me, gave me instructions what to do, how to get it better. So I'm gonna do that when I get around to it.
Yeah, a lot of history with Chops Horns. I mean, with P Funk and Rolling Stones, Sting. So yeah,
I, I
and
was
they don't. Yeah,
I was glad that I got a chance to run across him, and I haven't heard from him, seen him since 1978,
yeah.
and he really
They're
helped me
they're out of New Jersey,
out of New Jersey.
right?
Yeah.
Besides Ohio, areas in the U.S. or over the world, do you have any music movements that you loved as well?
No.
No, it's all about the Ohio funk.
Well, I mean, I like the sound in California. I mean, I like sounds all over.
Right, right.
I don't have a preference.
Hmm. But you're part of just a legacy that'll never be gone. When we're long gone, that Ohio funk just made its dent in musical history. So
Yeah,
you
made
all,
it. Well, I would say all the states pretty much have made a dent. I mean, you think about New Jersey. There's a
mm,
lot of good talent up in New Jersey. A lot of funk players in New Jersey. They got a sound there. California got theirs. Uh,
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, Dayton. The funk is all over. It's all over. The sounds all over.
Did you run into Chris Jasper or the Isley Brothers in Ohio?
No, I never ran into him.
Okay, yeah, Chris Jasper. He was a really good friend. He'd come to the studio every year and bring a new CD. He'd release one CD a year practically, and he'd bring it to the studio. And nice guy. Went away too soon.
Yeah, I wish I could
Yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah. So you got to keep us up to date, Donald Payne, Thump Daddy, about the new record. We'll have you on when it's ready to drop. If you want to come on,
Okay.
you got the opening of it for that, and can't wait to hear Chops Horns adding their piece to great Thump Daddy record coming out. And you let us know when it's ready, and we'll let them know.
Okay.
Yeah. So enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and it's been an honor to talk with you, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Musician Phil.
Yeah. Thanks, brother. And hold on to those records.
Yeah, I got one more.
Oh yeah, you show before we hit the road.
Now, this is a good one. Now, this is off the Junie Live album.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay, I'm on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, we did this in Lansing, Michigan. There's a place called Dooley's. So the Crowd
It,
Pleasers on this album. This is Junie's first live album, and I played on it, and the Crowd Pleasers is on it as well.
wow.
And that was
So,
this was the year that I first got with Junie in 1975.
so is that a 7-inch record?
No, that's just a picture of the album cover.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. I
Yeah,
was
it's
wondering how they squeeze it onto there. Yeah.
yeah, but it's already out. But I just happened to see that,
Right.
and
Right.
that's the live album out of Lansing, Michigan, of his live
Okay.
performance.
keep making that great music, and we look forward to it, Donald. Thanks for stopping by Musicians Reveal.
Thank you, Joe.
All right. Thanks. Enjoy your day.
All right, then.
All right.